Hello, welcome to our channel for rprogramming. In this video, we'll show how to use sample function to generate a set of samples from data frames in R. So sample function will take an object. X can be a vector data frame and with the size, which means how many random observations you can get from this object, and the replace, which means you can get the result with the replacement observations or not. So next we will show several examples in RStudio. So first, it's very easy that we can sample, for example, 20 observations from this vector 1 to 1000 and with replace true. So these 20 numbers between 1 to 1000 generated. The second example is we can just write a sample 1 to 5. So 5 numbers are randomly ordered from this vector 1 to 5 and with the replaces false. So this is like a randomly reordered of this vector. And if you want to get observations larger than the original vector, for example, we want to generate 10 numbers from 1 to 5. So replace should be true, right? You cannot get replace false with 10 numbers from 1 to 5. So the result is a vector of 10 numbers and with replacement true. For example, 3 has 2 occurrence and 1 has 4 occurrence. And usually you can use set seed just before you run the function for the sampling. So set seed will make you can get same results each time with the same seed number. So for example, if you want to generate random observations of 20 such observations from empty cast data frame, so we can use sample 1 to the row number of this data frame and get 20 with replace true. So we will see how it is going. So the result is a vector of 20 observations from empty cast data frame, and the rows can be the same occurrence. For example, Dodge occurred 2 times here because we set replacement is true. And next time, if you set a seed 1, 2, 3, 4 just before you run this function, so we just remember this time the last, for example, is Toyota Corolla and Mercedes-Benz. So next time we run again, you get the same result of these 20 observations. But if we do not set a seed, we just run this and show the result. You can see the result may not be the same as we use set seed. Using sample function, you can also set a proportion of which you can get from the original data. For example, here we use sample 10 elements from a vector good and a defective. These two original value Then with the replacement true, and we set a probe option with 0.80 and 0.20 for these corresponding values. So the result is a vector of 10 observations, but because we set a very high probability for the element good, so you can see this time each of these 10 elements are good. Of course, this is random, so we can run again, for example. So this time, there are about 9 good and 1 defective. So if we run many times, the frequency very close to this ratio between 0.80 and 0.20. So we run again, for example, defective 1 time, run again, no defective, run again, 2 defective, and so on. So in this video, we have just showed very basic operations using sample function in R. You can watch more videos in our channel. Thanks for watching and subscribing.